Shalene here, and today's topic is sensitive for me. It's about honesty. So I'm going to share a story with you. It happened to me when I was 16 or 17 years old, and it's one of the worst days of my life. So it was when I truly learned to be honest. So it was a Saturday, and I had the unusual experience of having two nice boys asked me out that night. And the first boy that called is the boy that I wanted to go out with, and I was excited to accept and planned a time for him to pick me up. And I'm not going to use their real names. So this was John. And John uh, didn't live too far away. He was a good friend, but I liked him and I was excited he called to ask me to go to a movie that night. And not long after, my friend David called, and David is just fun-loving, just the most amazing guy. And John and Dave and I all knew each other. We were just good friends. And I needed to say no to him asking me to go, but I didn't want to tell him that John had asked me to go out that night. I didn't want to hurt his feelings. I thought I was saving him his feelings. And so I lied. And I said I had too much homework to do and that I just couldn't get all done that I had to do, and I just couldn't go out that night. And he tried and tried to convince me, and I said no. So I was getting ready that night, and I was super excited to get ready to go out. And a little earlier than expected, the doorbell rang, and I went to the door, and it wasn't John. It was David. And David had come to try to talk me into still going to a movie that night. And I could get my stuff done another time. And he just did not leave. And I was just so anxious for him to leave. And I stuck to my story. I had too much homework to do. And I finally got him to leave. And just minutes, not very long after, but just minutes later, then John came through the door, picked me up, and he said, "I hope you don't mind. David just dropped by and I invited him to go with us." So this is usually the point when I share this story that people roar in laughter. And it was so hard because my immediate reaction was, "Well, you didn't tell him who you were going to the movies with." And he said, "Yeah." And I remember driving to that movie theater and walking in and seeing David there. And I don't remember what I said. I don't remember how I handled it at the moment. But I know that David's and my relationship was never the same. It was it was sad to have taken such a wonderful, kind, caring friend and have dashed that because I lied. And it wasn't long after that that I left for college, and our friendship was just really non-existent. It wasn't in the days that you could send a quick text or communicate a lot. So I remember even once I got married, a couple of years later, writing him a letter and just apologizing and just I can't believe I did that and apologizing. And I don't know if I ever apologized in person. I know I did in that letter. That's all I can remember. Anyway, it's one of those days that I think about over and over and over again. I think about how I wish I'd done that differently and the hurt that I caused a dear friend. And thought about it so hundreds of times, hundreds of times. And it came to be the year 2015, quite a while ago. And I got a phone call, and it said from David's sister that he was sick. He was in the hospital. He had cancer and he could not talk. and he wasn't going to last long. And his sister was, he can't talk to you, but we wanted you to know, and I could say anything to him that you wanted. And I said, oh, he wouldn't want to talk to me. And it's just so hard. So hard. So I told her the story. She had never heard it before. And I told her the story of what I'd done and how it had just gnawed at me all these years. And she said that she not necessarily shared that story with David, but she mentioned to David my name, Shalene. And he said, I only have good memories of Shalene. Can't imagine what she's talking about. Of course, he didn't say that. I think he wrote it to her, she said. So she actually left this message on an answering machine to me back. And I had to listen to that message over and over again. Shalene, he wrote, I only have positive memories of Shalene. And I thought to myself, here I have worried about that for years. We're talking 25 years, probably 30 years. I worried about that moment and that decision. And David died not too long after that. And I look back at Facebook posts and I get to see little videos of what he was like as an adult, and he kept his humor and his goodness. And I'm just sorry I did that. I am so sorry that I hurt him, and then sorry that I let it sit for so long. Wish I could have found a way to let it go sooner instead of holding my heart heavy. But what I did learn from that was to be honest and tell the truth, even if it was as simple as my kids are on the phone and Mom, this is so and so. I would not say, don't tell them I'm not here. Even a simple, white lie that you don't want to talk to somebody. Nope, I am honest, 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 honest. And that really helped me realize that experience, which gnawed at me a lot, helped me decide to be a very honest person. When we're honest in what we say and what we do, even if it hurts, and sometimes it might hurt, we can kindly say things. But honesty is just really important to me. And thanks for listening. That wasn't a very upbeat message, but hopefully the thought of being honest and positive is what came through. Hope you have a great day.